For many years, I've had a very special interest in heaven. A lot of it began when my mother was dying of cancer back in 1981, and I would read to her from the last 2 chapters of Revelation. And I was struck with how tangible they are, how this great city that we're going to be part of as resurrected people on a resurrected earth, with the resurrected Jesus, it was physical, it was tangible, and the nations of the earth are spoken of. And I'd read to my mother, and I was trying to comfort her, but I was finding great comfort myself, and I was also discovering a lot of things in the Bible that I really hadn't seen before. 2 Corinthians 4:18 says, "We look not at the things which are seen, but the things which are unseen. For the things which are seen are temporary, but the things which are unseen are eternal." Making the unseen more visible is a lot of what my life is about and my books are about. But you know, nothing has influenced me and my wife Nancy so much in terms of thinking about the legacy we're going to leave behind as having grandchildren. We have 4 grandsons, and we've given a lot of thought to the heritage we want to leave them. Notice I didn't say inheritance, because inheritance is just money, and it's not that important. Heritage is what we want to leave our grandchildren. So we've asked ourselves, what can we really give them? Of course, we can give them love. We can give them all the things the grandparents want to give their grandchildren. But what we really want for them is that they would know Jesus, that they would know that they were made for a person and a place. Jesus is the person. Heaven is the place. So we need to tell them about Jesus, and we also need to tell them about heaven. Every time we're with our children, every time we're with our grandchildren is an opportunity. And life is full of teachable moments. Let's teach them about heaven. Let's teach them a right and biblical view, which is an exciting view of heaven and the world to come. Romans says that the whole creation teaches us about God's power and His attributes. And so, as we look around at the beauty of creation, we can say to our children, we can say to our grandchildren, God promises us a new earth. And all the beauties of this earth, though they're great and though they testify to God's greatness, are small compared to the beauty that awaits us on the new earth. And the excitement, things to do, people to see, places to go. The Bible teaches that we'll be resurrected beings. That means we'll have real bodies. Our children, our grandchildren, they're not looking forward to becoming ghosts. No child says, hey, when I get big, I want to grow up and be a ghost. Nobody wants that. The Bible does not teach that we will be disembodied spirits. It teaches we'll be resurrected beings on a resurrected earth, with culture, with relationships, with people of every tribe and nation and language. Now, kids get excited about that view of heaven. Children don't get excited about the idea of floating on clouds and strumming harps for all eternity. You know, maybe that would be real exciting for a couple 100,000 years, but then it would get really boring. Well, for kids, they're thinking, that wouldn't be exciting at all. I want to play baseball. I want to do this. I want to play with animals. But if what the world offers them sounds better to them than what the Bible offers them, then they'll tend to think, well, I guess I'll go the world's way. We need to do our part as parents and grandparents to expose them to the great and exciting truths of Scripture regarding heaven. And this is the passion and vision for my book, Tell Me About Heaven, which is illustrated beautifully by my good friend Ron DeCiani. We want this book to be a tool that will help us teach our children and our grandchildren about heaven. Who better to do that teaching than we who are likely going to die long before they do? We're made for another world, and in that world, we'll never pass our peak. So they don't have to look at us and think, oh, I remember when Grandpa could get around better and he'll never be able to do that again. Yes, he will. Yes, I will. I say this to my grandchildren. So it's our job and it's our privilege to communicate to our children and our grandchildren the biblical truth that the best is yet to come.